angle and my legs couldn't bend in their direction. They dragged me across the floor and out the back door. We continued another 20 or 30 yards through the alley, my heels sliding on the gravel. A van door opened. They lifted me inside onto the cold metal of the van floor. Even past the odor of onions, the van smelled familiar, like a taco truck operated by gun-toting alcoholics, cooked meat and stale beer and gun oil. The van door closed, capping part one of my inaugural Mexican abduction. Tuxedos Gutierrez had been my last errand of the day, my final stop in Mexicali before I headed home. I had been so focused on my shopping that I hadn't seen the signs of trouble. My spider sense had tingled walking into the store, but I had ignored it. It wasn't a full duck-for-cover moment, but more of a hairs on the back of my neck feeling. I should have listened to my instincts. In my defense, it wasn't rare for a couple of shady-looking Mexican guys to give me the hairy eyeball when I was in Mexicali. I was a gringo in Mexico. I figured that the two young guys across the street from the Tux shop were garden variety street toughs. The big guy at the wheel of the primer gray pickup sat with his arm draped over the side mirror. A scar ran from the corner of his eye down to his cheek. His buddy leaned on the front fender with his arms across his chest, tattoo sleeves on both arms, 2 teardrops on his face. Focused stares on me as I entered the store. The thing was, Mexicali wasn't Ciudad Juarez or Tijuana or some of the more fucked up places that have been turned upside down by the drug trade. Mexicali had grown more dangerous since the days of my youth, but not war zone bad. For all the horror stories that came out of Mexico, it was mostly a place where regular people did regular things, living lives, working jobs, and raising families. I stupidly held on to the fallacy that if I wasn't looking for trouble, I wasn't going to find any. I was a farmer, after all. Deep down, I knew that was bullshit. I had always been a shit magnet. It was who I was. I should have expected the possibility of an abduction. Hell, I should have planned for it and brought my own, more comfortable restraints. My captors didn't speak. Spanish play-by-play of a soccer game blasted through scratchy speakers. After 20 minutes of sliding around the back of the van, we came to a stop. When the van door opened, I felt the heat of the day but heard only quiet. We weren't in the city anymore, which meant we were in the desert, which was not good. Nothing positive has ever happened when a person was bound and gagged in the middle of the desert. I would only hurt myself if I attempted to fight or run. I let my body go slack, no reason to cooperate. They could carry my lazy ass. Maybe one of these assholes would throw out his back, lifting me. That would show him. They picked up my limp body, immediately dropping me on the ground, lifting me back up, and then dropping me again. Either I got the Mexican Jerry Lewises of kidnapping, or they were violently protesting my nonviolent protest. With my back held against what felt like a wooden post, the two men secured me at the chest, legs, and neck. I stood rigid and immobile. From behind, someone removed the gag and sack from my head. Squinting into the bright sun, I saw no one. My abductors remained behind me and out of view. I didn't recognize the landscape. No visible landmarks, only desert. Brown, flat, redundant desert. I guessed that I was still in Mexico, as U.S. immigration made everyone declare kidnap victims when crossing the border, like fruits and vegetables. I tried to remember who I had pissed off recently. There had been some shoving at Morales' bar a few weeks before, some drunk who had gotten mouthy, but I doubted that he remembered it the next day. Had I insulted the tux guy when I had laughed at the cartoonishly large selection of formal bolo ties in stock? To be fair, there were at least 100, which was excessive by any standard. As hard as I tried to lead a quiet life, in my short time back in the Imperial Valley I had attracted